Josh, welcome to Bedford. How excited are you to be going full circle in your career, actually coming back to Goldenton Road?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about it. I'm really excited to be coming, as you say, full circle. I visited when I came down and visited Mike in the club. It was quite crazy actually, in how I saw the club. In that, I remember the change rooms. I remember how it was all set out and laid out, and it was very familiar. But at the same time, the steps forward that have clearly been made in the facilities and stuff like that is class, like with the new bars and the new gym. Was great to see, because for me it kind of meant it shows how far the club has come, and also how attached they are to their roots, which I think is really important for a club as old and as great tradition as Bedford.
Yeah, talk to us about your time in the Blues Academy. How much did you enjoy that time there, and what players were you in and around that sort of team with?
Um, it's longer ago than I care to admit, probably, because it probably tells me I'm getting a bit on a bit. But yeah, my time was just great enjoyment. I remember, you know, we more than punched above our weight. We played the likes of Northampton, Leicester, and Saracens. And I remember we took a few scalps that year. We beat Saracens. So I remember, you know, just firstly been fun. I mean, it was an academy, but we went out and had a real attitude of, let's go, as I say, do it the Bedford way, and shut the ball around. And even in the front row, we were kind of given a bit of license to play rugby, and I think that's something that nowadays maybe is a bit lost. But well, hopefully not with the result yesterday. But it's it was a huge privilege to be able to play. And in terms of players that were knocking around, I mean, there's lads from everywhere. I mean, there's one lad who was playing with, who's now playing out in France, and I think Federal One. There's one game actually, I remember we played with Aaron Morris, who was part of the squad that went on to win yesterday. So there's a huge group of boys, all playing either in the national leagues, and a couple playing the champ as well, which is great to see. And I'm just really looking forward to getting back and maybe meeting up with a few other lads that I know that also moved to Bedford.
Yeah, you're back now for the first team environment. How excited are you to be getting a full championship campaign under your belt with us here at Goldenton Road?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, I haven't played many games in the champ, but the couple that I did get to play were in front of fans, and last year, and then in this COVID hit season, I didn't get to play in front of fans, and I was at a game where fans were at, and the difference it makes, especially at a club like Bedford, where you get thousands of fans there, and going to road is bumping. I remember having been there as a fan to watch a game, and it's different gravy when they're there. So to be there, to have a full season as well, 10 games is fantastic, and it's great that we even got an opportunity to play it all. But I'm really hoping that next season there's opportunity to get more games under our belt, and as Bedford showed this year, as the season built into it, with a full pre-season, I'm sure we can fly the flag pretty well.
Yeah, when it's a full season, you've got a lot more time to integrate, a lot more time to gel, and a lot more time to build momentum. Across a full campaign, you'll get a lot of chances as well to be in the team. I guess it's just a lot better when you've got a full campaign rather than a shortened one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, speaking to a few of the lads, it's just not just the clubs I've been at, Ealing and Doncaster, but I've known a few guys at Bedford as well, obviously with restrictions and everything. In a whole season, you can kind of get to know each other. You have, a massive part of rugby is just playing with your mates, and we don't really have as many opportunities to get to know each other as well. It can be tough. So, I'm looking forward for the off the field stuff, as much, obviously restrictions permitting, as I am on the field. So, with that, I'm sure we can, play for each other and play for the badge as well, which would be grand.
Yeah, and a full pre-season schedule this time around. I guess that's just going to help again integration. You'll probably know a couple of players already in the squad, but to resettle yourself around Bedford again.
Yeah, no, it'll be great. I mean, pre-season is pre-season is never fun. Let's not get that twisted. But it obviously be great to get to know some of the boys. I know a few of the boys, some of them by name. There's a couple, I won't name names, who I know already, and really looking forward to getting back in contact with them, and a few lads I kind of like mutually know. So it'll be great to start mixing it with them.
Yeah, last season you were contracted to Ealing, spent the latter parts of the season on loan at Doncaster. One of those games was against Bedford. What did you learn about Bedford in that game that maybe attracted you to come back?
I think I knew that I needed a new set of lungs whenever watching the game, and then I think when I got on the pitch, I definitely knew I needed a new set of lungs. But it was Bedford have a real jouet. Jouet is just how they play, attack from anywhere. And you look at the champ tries of the week, and Bedford are always there or thereabout. And some of the stuff they pull out the hat is just fantastic. And I'm just personally, for me, hoping that I can bring some stability to the guys that can do the magic, have an opportunity to like really show what they're about. And if I can do that, I'll be really happy.
Talk to us a little bit more about your times at Ealing and Doncaster. Obviously, Ealing go to the playoff final, Doncaster not too far away. Two real good clubs, good championship clubs. What did you learn at both of them?
Ealing was my first foray into professional rugby, and a lot of that was as an individual and what it kind of means to be professional, having come from university, because there are certain ways university maybe isn't the most professional environment at times, even though you can try to be. And at Ealing, it was just about how I think men's rugby is played. Men's rugby and champ rugby especially is a very physical, combative kind of arena. Whereas, the rugby I was playing at university is grand, it's fast, but especially in the front row, you take a battering. And then at Doncaster, I had unfortunately got called off today, but I was playing with like guys like Bomber Hislop, got called up to the Scotland squad, and you don't do that if you're not worth your salt. So I learned so much from, and at Ealing as well, to be fair, about scrummaging and, how to really take my game to the next step. Because obviously your first job as a prop is the scrums. And as I said, I'm really looking forward to adding to the way that Bedford play. But ultimately my first job is to provide that platform to allow the boys out back to kind of do their stuff and do their magic.
You're talking about Ealing being your first steps into men's rugby. Do you see this as your first chance to express yourself? Is not quite the way to say it, but actually it'll be your first season where you get regular game time in a professional environment?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously last season being what it was, there only being 10 games. Once teams can get established, it's very hard to break into it. And I only got a chance to play through injury, and that's just sometimes how it goes. And I'm really looking forward to having spoken to Mike to putting a stake down for the shirt, and I'm sure there'll be lots of competition. But as you say, there's an opportunity for me to really have a crack at champ rugby, and I had a bit of a baptism of fire going up against double European and Prem winning side and Saracens, my first champ game. So that kind of gave me confidence that as mentors it was to be playing against the likes of the players I was going up against, that I could do it. So for me, it's a real exciting opportunity to go, right, you can do it, let's have a proper crack at it now, and hopefully the season goes in the manner that allows us to do that.
Yeah, I always go with the same final question to end signing interviews. Do you have a special message for the Blues supporters heading into the 2021-22 championship campaign?
I'm looking forward to meeting you all, and I can't wait to see you go on some road bumping again. It'll be fantastic.